Yes. Welcome back to the channel, my dear friends, wherever you are on the globe, on the continent of Africa, in Europe, in America, in Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, you are highly welcome to this very hot afternoon edition. It is Chelsea game night. Yes, and this is my preview, but it is a very special preview. A preview where we're going to be focusing much more on how we got to where we are right now. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is going to be Chelsea, LA, Los Angeles FC. Ladies and gentlemen, and how did Chelsea got into this competition? We were not in the Champions League for the past 2 seasons. So how did Chelsea got here? That we are in the Club World Cup and we are kick-starting our tournament tonight against Los Angeles FC. Ladies and gentlemen, but before we go into that, the preview, I want to look at this. Enzo Maresca speaking, he says something that, hit me hard on my head. He says, we need to see the impact of this competition. We need to see the impact of this competition. Our rivals are on holiday. We are here. It's a new competition. We will see how it affects our season. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what? Maresca, in my opinion, is already beginning to lay the foundation for the failures of next season. He's already preparing the mind of his players in case, and this is what I hate most. It is what I hate most. The impact of this competition. Oh yes. If not for this competition, there would have been maybe competitions in the US of A. Pre-season competitions or in Asia or any part of the world. Now, for him to drop a statement like this, he tried to let us understand that whatever that happens next season, the impact of this tournament, it could be negative next season. And therefore, Chelsea fans will be prepared for that. Listen, take it from me. This is an excuse ahead of time. It is an excuse ahead of time. Every little failure next season, Maresca is going to refer back to this. Oh, we didn't have enough time for preseason. Oh, we had all our players are fatigued. Oh, they are tired. Oh, they are this. That is what we're going to be hearing. Anyway, this is an excuse already ahead of time. That is my opinion. It is. Ladies and gentlemen, the Club World Cup continues today. Yes, today being day 3, and we are going to be covering the game right here. Right here. Like I told you, I'm not too sure because it's going to be 3 a.m. here. 3 a.m. here in Southeast Asia. That is why I'm not too sure if I can come watch along live or not. But hey guys, I'll be watching all the games concurrently and I'll give you an update after the game. Now, tonight is going to be Chelsea versus LAFC, Los Angeles FC. Second game will be Boca Juniors versus Benfica. Boca Juniors versus Benfica. Yeah. Benfica. The third game, Flamengo versus Esperance. Ladies and gentlemen, it is what these are the 3 games for tonight. 3 games for tonight. Yes, our interest is highly on Chelsea game. The world is focusing right now on Chelsea. The biggest club for the night is Chelsea. Ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea will face Los Angeles FC tonight in the 2025 Club World Cup. How did we get here? In case you are wondering how Chelsea got into this tournament, I want to let you know. How did Chelsea qualify and Arsenal and Manchester United didn't? Yeah, how? Are you wondering? Let's get started. FIFA changed the Club World Cup format, expanding it to 32 teams for 2025. This new format opened up more more slots. This new format opens up more slots for clubs from all over the world, including multiple teams from the same country. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is, all the 32 teams that are in this Club World Cup. That is their badge, all the 32 teams. UEFA, who are the governing body for European football, got 12 slots out of the 32 spots. UEFA alone got 12 spots out of the 32. Now, the list included recent winners of UEFA Champions League, Europa League, and top performing teams in Europe over the last few seasons. You see why Arsenal and Manchester United isn't in there? Ladies and gentlemen, these are the 12 teams from Europe, right there on your screen as well. Top European teams, and Chelsea is right on top there, followed by Man City, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, PSG, Inter Milan, FC Porto, Benfica, Dortmund, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, FC Salzburg. Ladies and gentlemen, now Chelsea qualified based on their pedigree. Chelsea are in this tournament based on its pedigree in Europe. So again, why Arsenal is not in there and Manchester is not in there? Pedigree in Europe. Their victory in the 2021 Champions League and their consistent showing in European competitions since then helped secure a spot. The Blues even won the UEFA Conference League this season. But that did not even add up. This season's Conference League will be added up next season. So it's very likely Chelsea are going to be next season as well. And not just Chelsea. Now, right there on your screen, 2025 FIFA Club World Cup, UEFA rankings. The rankings, yes. Bayern Munich having the highest ranking right there with 107,000 points. PSG, 85,000. Inter Milan, yeah. Now, the teams that had a direct entry, not counting their points, are Chelsea, Real Madrid, and Manchester City, based on their current, winning, stance. Chelsea, 2021 champions of Europe. Manchester City, last season. Then Real Madrid. So these three teams, they had a direct entry without their points being counted. Ladies and gentlemen. Now, the new format also uses a point system to determine the top performing target or teams. Chelsea's high ranking points from previous seasons or previous season performances were enough to earn them a place in the 2025 tournament. Arsenal and Manchester United still couldn't get a slot even there. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the ranking right now, 4-year ranking of FIFA points, also on your screen. What this means going forward? What that this means going forward? Now, to qualify for the Club World Cup, consistency matters a lot. To qualify for the Club World Cup, consistency matters a lot. It's not just about winning a single trophy. Consistent performances over multiple seasons is what counts. Now, Chelsea's ability to compete at high level in Europe has ensured their spot. Ladies and gentlemen, there you are with some of our recent trophies. Yeah, with our gaffers, Thomas Tuchel and the rest. That one has the recent trophies. Ladies and gentlemen, there they are on your screen. Okay, there is more opportunities for big clubs as well going forward. The expanded format means clubs that may not have won a recent trophy, still have a chance to compete. It's about sustained quality over time. It's about sustained quality over time. So then, if that is the case, Arsenal and or Tottenham Hotspur may qualify for next season 2026 Club World Cup. Arsenal and or Tottenham Hotspur may qualify for it next season 2025-2026 Club World Cup. United may not have a chance at all. Ladies and gentlemen, yeah. Arsenal, by virtue of getting to the finals of semi-finals of the Champions League and being runners up in the Premier League, consistently, and Spurs by winning the Europa League. Ladies and gentlemen, that is why I said or Arsenal and Spurs or one of, but United will not have a chance at all. So what does this mean for Chelsea? A chance to make an impact on the global stage, keeping the momentum on the recent Conference League title. We need to keep the momentum. Going to the Club World Cup this season, we have to keep fight and get to the top as much as we can. And next season's league or in other competitions, yeah. So a chance to make an impact on the global stage, keeping the momentum on the recent Conference League title. This could also boost Chelsea's reputation, attract top talents, and provide financial rewards. Ladies and gentlemen, I am just about to run out. So how far do you think Chelsea can go in this competition? How far do you think Chelsea can go in this competition? Tonight, we are starting with LAFC, Los Angeles FC. Ladies and gentlemen, now let me go to my predicted lineup for tonight's game, and I'll be out of this place. My predicted lineup for tonight's game, and I will be out of this place. Oh, it's very difficult for me to enlarge this. By the way, before I go to the predicted lineup, let me announce that as at yesterday, Chelsea had a good training, but some players were missing out of the entire squad. Christopher Nkuku was missing in yesterday's training. Mike Way was missing from yesterday's training. Josh Achampong was missing from yesterday's training. And Aaron and Semeno, these 4 players were missing from training yesterday. As you can see them right there on your screen, all these players were missing from training yesterday. So while I'm about to give my predicted lineup, who do you expect to be in tonight's game in a starting spot? Ladies and gentlemen, quickly, in goalpost, see the competition and know how important this tournament is with the financial reward. I'm starting with Robert Sanchez in goalpost. Yeah. Robert Sanchez in goalpost. Please help me to enlarge this. Robert Sanchez in goalpost. Yeah. Nicola Jackson as my main striker. Cole Palmer, my number 10. Cole Palmer being my number 10. I'll make use of Pedro Neto tonight on the left. Noni Madueke on the right. Yeah. In midfield, I will go for Enzo Fernandez. Yes. Enzo Fernandez, Moise Caicedo, and Andrew Santos instead of Romeo Lavia. Andrew Santos is starting tonight. Yeah. 3 midfield man, double pivot. So we have Jackson, Cole Palmer, Pedro Neto, Noni Madueke, right? In midfield, Moise Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, and Andrew Santos. That is 7. Plus the goalkeeper, that's 8, right? Now let me get to my defense. Yeah, let me get to my defense. 3-man defense. Levi Colwell. Mamadou Sarr. Reece James. Levi Colwell, Mamadou Sarr, Reece James. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my first 11 for tonight's game. Predicted lineup. I mean, it is very simple. It's very simple for me to make a decision. Now, what is my scoreline in tonight's game? Chelsea 3, Galaxy 1. I'll see you guys in the next one when you see me after the game. Shalom and peace.